Senator Carper.
Thank you. Let me just ask, who among you is Madam Chair, do you know who on the Commission is closest to what's going on in Japan, in Miyagi Prefecture, the areas around Fukushima? Can give us an update on the status of the cleanup there, how it's affecting the people there, just a feel for the future of the nuclear industry in Japan, and the steps that they're taking to establish a kind of culture of safety that Commissioner Paspalakis was talking about. Who's best prepared to do that?
Well, let me give you my brief understanding, and then I might turn to Commissioner Magwood because he's spent a lot of time there and has many close colleagues there. My understanding is that the government of Japan is in the process of making some very hard decisions about the future of nuclear power in the country. And, I think in the next few months we will see where they're going. At the same time, they are in the process of standing up a new nuclear regulator. And I understand that is moving forward. They are in the process of populating a commission similar to ours, and that should be done within, I imagine, weeks. In terms of the Fukushima site, they are moving forwards with beginning to think about taking the fuel out of the Unit 4 spent fuel pool and stabilizing that building. And many of the events there activities there will have to wait until some of these plants cool down and become less radioactive. But let me turn to Commissioner Magwood.
Sorry. I can comment a few things. Chairman's assessment is essentially correct. One thing I would add a few things. First, at the Fukushima site itself, it's very difficult to overstate how difficult the work is going to be at that site. There will need to be new technologies and new methodologies created to be able to enable them to clean this site up. And some of these technologies don't exist yet. So there's a long way to go with that. However, from all the information that I've seen, the site does seem to be stabilized. The work is proceeding. They are continuing to keep the reactors cool and to treat the water they're using to cool the reactors, and so that situation is stable. But there's a long, long way to go. The establishment of the new regulator is something that, quite frankly, one might have liked to have seen happen much sooner, but they have reached that point now. They have identified commissioners parallel to ourselves who will lead this new agency. And I've seen the names in the rosters of the people. Look like good people, so that's very encouraging. And the situation in the country is very difficult. The government, the regulators, the operators all lost the confidence of the public. And we've seen that in the form of demonstrations in the streets of Tokyo. And so the fact that the Japanese government is now faced with a very, very hard decision about the future of nuclear power is a direct consequence of that loss of faith. And that's something that once you lose it, it's very difficult to build it back. But we are watching the situation very closely because we have so many connections with Japan, and all we can do is wish them the best.
Okay. Good. Thank you very much for those responses.
Madam Chairman, in the weeks after Fukushima, I wrote to the NRC encouraging you to work transparently so that information gathered during your reviews of nuclear plants is made available to the public. The NRC has created a website. It's called Plant-Specific Actions in Response to the Japan Nuclear Accident. Will you agree to keep that site up to date until all of the plants have implemented the NRC's new safety requirements?
Yes.
Okay. Is there any objection from other colleagues on that point? Excellent. That's important.